but that's fine. I don't have an issue with that. We can provide you documentation
Well,
as
you
to
can
what
have an
happened.
issue with anything. All I'm trying to do is get to the bottom of this. Bottom line.
I called and then they told me to email her.
Email who?
Whoever, I don't remember the name.
Well, you're going to have to show me that email. If you're telling me my staff did not respond to you or did not address that, ma'am, you paid no rent. Nothing.
I don't think it's okay to steal someone's stuff.
Well, they didn't steal it.
Except they did because we made an
You know what? Here's what we're going to do. But you said you sent an email.
Yes, unless it didn't. Well, I have it on here, but I didn't send it apparently.
No, ma'am, I'm just going to tell you right now. Here's how I work. You want to ruffle my feathers? You insult my staff.
This case right here is one of those that makes you want to rub your temples from the very first sentence. We've got an entitled squatter taking center stage in court, going head-to-head with her landlord and the landlord's attorney. And let me tell you, this is as clear-cut as it gets, but somehow she's standing there acting like the rules don't apply to her from the moment she speaks. You already know exactly where this ride is headed. She starts firing off excuses like it's second nature, pointing the finger at everyone else, painting herself as some sort of victim. Rent hasn't been paid, her story doesn't line up, and now she's claiming her belongings were stolen. The confidence in her delivery almost makes you laugh, because she's talking like facts don't even exist. But here's the part that really seals it. Listen closely, and her whole story starts to collapse in real time. What begins as bold accusations slowly falls apart into contradictions, backtracking, and flat-out nonsense. It's the classic move. Try to outtalk the truth, only to bury yourself even deeper with every word. And this raises a bigger question. What should the law do with squatters like this? People who manipulate the system, drain their landlords dry, and then twist the narrative to play the victim. At the end of the day, it's not just a landlord-tenant issue, it's about accountability. So, what's your take? Should the courts crack down harder on people like this, or is there another way forward? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this case is a perfect example of how messy things get when entitlement takes the wheel.
And frankly, Your Honor, I don't know if you recall, but this particular resident was in another unit. We generously waived her entire balance because she had repair issues. We moved her into a new unit, and now she hasn't paid any rent.
I was locked out in the middle of moving.
Sorry.
I was locked out in the middle of moving and they didn't help me with like what we agreed upon.
You were locked out and they didn't help you. What do you mean by that?
So remember how we were talking about how I couldn't afford a moving truck and that they will figure out something for me.
Right.
They locked me out in the middle of moving. And when we got access, which was end of May, a lot of my stuff was stolen, including a firearm, all my small kitchen appliances, my daughter's brand new sheets, my security cameras.
So what do you mean they locked you out? I don't get it.
Like we didn't have access. Like they changed the locks.
On your previous...
Yes. I did not render the old keys. And also...
So in essence, I just want to shortcut this. In essence, you're saying they changed the locks before you got all your stuff out.
I don't know what to do at this point.
Your Honor, if I can add, I would respond, but I'd rather have Amy respond because she has direct knowledge of what happened, because I don't believe that's our position. And I also don't believe it's relevant to this case, but that's a separate issue. I think it's worth responding to.
Your Honor, that's absolutely not factual. She signed a whole new lease, and I don't think I don't think Ms. Lutkoff or anyone would volunteer us to pay for a moving truck or use my maintenance guys to move her belongings, which is what Ms. Vanek seems to be under the impression that we offered her in court. She was given plenty of opportunity. In fact, there was a lot of grace given here to remove her stuff. And in fact, she came in our office on several occasions saying she didn't have a babysitter. She had to work. Her boyfriend had to work, all these reasons. I locked down the apartment upon her signing a new lease, sir. She took possession of a new apartment, Your Honor. And yes, I locked down the unit. She did turn in keys to our box. And so I took possession of an apartment that she no longer had possession of, Your Honor. And she left belongings.
Was there stuff in there?
Yes, my stuff was in there.
There was
and I have the
boxes,
keys right now.
I believe.
I have the keys.
So what?
The keys
I
are
mean,
in my
I
back.
can't say whether she kept a set of keys or not, Your Honor, but what I do know is that way later after the fact, after she's been in this other apartment for quite some time, she's bringing up issues of stuff that she wanted out of the old apartment. And at that time, I had already started a trash out, Your Honor. I mean, she signed a whole nother lease.
Your Honor, I think there was an
By law, you
issue.
can't.
I understand she signed a whole nother lease, but I'm just trying to figure out what period in time are we talking about?
I have a timeline. So
Your Honor,
we didn't
I'm going to
gain-
just state for the record here that factually, just from a legal perspective, if she wants to pursue, she certainly can file an action for damages if she feels that her property has been damaged on another unit, but we're in court on this unit. And so I don't believe it's relevant.
Yeah, but this unit, Ms. Luckoff, that's disingenuous because this unit only comes about because of the issues that were in the other unit. So to try to separate them out doesn't make much sense.
Well, I think it does, Your Honor, because she didn't remove her belongings, but obviously this is your courtroom.
Okay, but
I'm just
that may be a defense to what she's claiming if she didn't remove the items. That may be a defense, but to say it has to be a whole another separate thing, I don't think that that's true.
Well, I do, because we're talking about a certain property
Okay,
address.
then
None of
I'll
that-
take what she filed. I'll tell her to go up there, stamp it in as another case, and it's just coming back with this one. I don't know where that gets us.
Well, I don't know what she filed. I mean, she didn't say anything in her filing, so, but that's fine. You want to consolidate it, I don't have an issue with that. We can provide you documentation
Well,
as
you
to
can
what
have an
happened.
issue with anything. All I'm trying to do is get to the bottom of this. Bottom line. That's all I want to know. And I want to know where I'm going to take this case.
Can somebody please explain to me why this attorney is dragging this case out? Because honestly, I'm lost here. Instead of cutting straight to the strongest facts, it feels like we're circling the same points over and over. The evidence is simple. She signed a new lease, she turned in her keys, and if she left belongings behind at the old place, that's her responsibility, not the landlord's. Any other landlord would have cleared that out without hesitation. So why is this being treated like some massive issue? The attorney has all the tools to shut this case down quickly, stick to the timeline, lean on the documents, and it's game over. But instead, we're wading through side notes and unnecessary details that don't move the needle one bit. Meanwhile, the judge is sitting there waiting for someone, anyone, to land the actual punch. And here's the real danger. The longer this drags out, the more chances she has to spin her own story to twist the record in her favor. And trust me, this is not the kind of witness you want riffing unchecked in a courtroom. When a case is this clear-cut, efficiency should be the top priority. So what do you think? Is this attorney being cautious? Or are they just overcomplicating something that should have been wrapped up in minutes? Let's dive back in and see how this plays out.
So she can have her objections, you can have your objections. We're going to do it my way. Go ahead, man.
All right. So the reason why we're here is because I feel like I can't trust their maintenance people because my stuff was stolen. I don't want anyone coming into my apartment.
Ma'am, you were at the point of a timeline.
Yeah. So the timeline is I think we did our court date like April 26th, I think. And that's when we dismissed the case, which honestly, I wish we had set things and whatever. And then that next week or that Friday or whatever they had to finish with the apartment, I think we grabbed the keys like that Friday. So then we started that weekend because I was working 2 to 10:30. So we were putting the kids to bed and then we were getting the stuff. Plus, like I said,
Okay, fine.
couldn't move it.
So how much time passed between the time that you got the keys to the new place?
It was like a week and 3 days. And
So
then we
10
lost,
days
yeah,
passed.
and we lost access for 3 weeks. We didn't get the
Oh, ma'am, stop. You had after you moved into the other apartment, you had access for 10 days.
basically, yeah.
And you couldn't get all of your stuff out in 10 days.
No.
Okay, that's going to be a problem for you. They can't hold the apartment open for you to go in and move out in that fashion. You don't get 30 days to move out.
I understand. It would have been quicker if we could have just had that one last day.
Ma'am, I'll be honest with you. If you're telling me you made it sound initially like they locked you out, and that's all I was trying to get to the bottom of.
Yeah.
They didn't do that. It seems like and by what you're telling me, you get the other unit, you got 10 days. And you don't get all your property out in 10 days.
Well, technically, we didn't even have 10 days. They only gave us a week, but
Okay, and that's even my point.
Yeah.
My point is 10 days would be extraordinary grace to get your stuff out.
Yeah.
A week, maybe about normal. Let you move from one unit to the next unit. Maybe
what
get
about the previous agreement that some help was going to happen?
Ma'am, I don't recall that being
Can we
the
look
issue.
over the transcripts, please?
The transcripts of what? If you want to order
Okay.
transcripts, you can.
I tried. I haven't gotten a response.
I have not received a request for any.
It was a month and a half ago, granted. Sorry.
You, no, ma'am. You made a request for transcripts to my staff?
Yes, I did. I called and then they told me to email her.
Email who?
Whoever, I don't remember the name.
Well, you're going to have to show me that email because I'm going to be honest with you. If you're telling me my staff did not respond to you or did not address that,
Okay, give me 1 second.
sure. Ma'am, while you're looking for that, who was supposed to help you move?
I'm not sure. Apparently, I mean, it said that they will figure something out because I literally said I could not afford a moving truck.
Ma'am. Okay. So you go over to this new unit and you have not paid any rent in that new unit. And your justification for not paying rent in the new unit is because things got stolen from your other unit.